सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम हज़रत सैयदे वुल्दे आदम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम सब नबियों में अफजल व अकरम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम।
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the MTA USA studios here in Jalsa Salana, USA. I am joined today by Naib Amir Munum Naeem Sahib, the Vice President of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community USA. Assalamu alaikum Naeem Sahib.
Wa alaikum assalam, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, doing great. You know,
MashaAllah.
your team here, the whole Jamaat has really come together, as they always do every year, to put together a fantastic show. Tell us about what's been going on.
Well, I arrived here yesterday. I'm one of the later guy, but you know, from yesterday morning till late last night, I think, mashallah, the whole thing got set up. It was just how fast things come together, from banners to the exhibitions to Jalsa Gav. If you were here day before, you would have seen totally different. But if you walk in today, it's just awesome. The view, the ambience, the layout. I think the team has done a commendable job. We're getting comfortable with this place, right? You have seen that, but a lot of changes this year.
Now, we've been in Harrisburg for a few years now. At least
Right.
6, right? And
6 years.
We've hosted Hazur here.
This isn't the one.
Thousands,
This is just-
hundreds
just the
of
backdrop.
non-Muslim guests as well.
Right, right.
What new things have happened here?
Well, I think big thing I noticed that, you know, this whole exhibition area and all these meetings area have changed. The dining area has been moved to the arena. If you go, that's a beautiful view, that's a beautiful setting, buffet type of setting, and I think they've added a lot more seats from comfort perspective, from food serving perspective, everything. So there's a lot of great work is done, and it's all opened up, so everybody's very comfortable this year.
So if you're close by and you're not here at the Jalsa, please come by and check out the new area for eating and check out the new food that we're going to have this year.
Absolutely.
And Amir Saab yesterday did the inspection.
Right.
Did he have any special message for?
Oh, absolutely. I think, you know, this Amir Saab did a very thorough inspection yesterday, the Jalsa inspection. That's, you know, is our traditional event. So Amir Saab really walked through every single area, asked a lot of questions, and then went to Lajna side, spent good time there just to inspect. And amazing thing was he came back and he addressed a few things that he noticed, right? We were sitting at the dinner table, Amir Saab was pointing out this needs to be done. But anyways, at the address, I think the one very important message Amir Saab was asked to give remarks. Amir Saab said, okay, my remarks, you know, is the same as, what remarks he said I should give. Khalifatul Masih has given us a lot of clear directions, a lot of clear instructions. So he asked volunteers to tonight go back and Google search and extract those instructions that Khalifatul Masih Khamis have recently given us, and work. The key is to implement. Key is to do it. You know, listening is one thing, but his message was adopting it, carrying it throughout the Jalsa. So he asked all volunteers that before, you know, last night and this morning, just do it. So that was a beautiful message that Amir Saab gave us yesterday.
Now, over the past few months, even the past few years, we've seen in Hazur's khutbat that he's really making sure our personal tarbiyat, not just our spiritual tarbiyat, but also our physical body is in line with our maximum potential. Recently, he instructed us to not eat junk food. A few months ago, he made sure that our cores are being worked out. And what are some other things that
Well, I think
helpful?
today's Friday sermon, Azur's focus was establishing peace on, from terrorism perspective was mostly, I think, but it was also a message to all of us that we need to step up our efforts, right? And I think Jalsa is one opportunity that all of us have. You know, those guests who come to Jalsa once, this remains with them forever. So effort one should make to bring people at this guest session. Second thing is this Jalsa is being broadcasted, and have our friends and relatives who are not Ahmadis or others, listen to this. I think once you bring a guest here, I think it goes long ways. But yeah, today's sermon, I didn't get a chance to listen to full sermon. Hopefully tonight we'll be able to do that. But the highlights of the message that Hazur was giving us to establish peace, counter from terrorism perspective. But that's what we're thinking from the Jalsa perspective. But another thing that Hazur mentioned, which is really emotional to all of us, is our dear beloved Nazir Asab, right? So he's from his janaza prayer perspective. But Nazir Asab, we all know him very well. From that side, he was literally a good president, good Jamaat leader, good Jamaat member. But from Humanity First perspective, he's helped us tremendously.
Now,
also,
for the viewers who do not know who Nazir Ayaz was, he served as the president of the Queen's Jamaat in New York for over 35 years of just dedicated service. And the Jamaat there grew from dozens to hundreds. And he was able to have a personal connection with every single member, such that if he didn't see you at the masjid after a week or so, he would call you. He would ask you, is everything okay? Are you all right? And he would have dinners, lunches with practically everybody. And when the janazah happened at Queen's Mosque, practically everybody was saying, I just saw him last week.
Right.
And we just had dinner yesterday. We were planning our next meal. And he had such a great service relationship with everybody that it was a
the interesting thing is that a lot of immigrants, a lot of people who come to America, a lot of them enter through to New York area, and so your first encounter is Nazir Asab and his help to those. We came in 1978, so I know Nazir Asab since then. And not only he was helpful from Jamaat perspective, but as I mentioned, from Humanity First perspective, he was our liaison with United Nations.
That's right.
And not only that, he was our country director for Tanzania. He had such a passion, and I always wondered that how did he find time, beside doing all of the Jamaat work, his passion to do things in Tanzania, to build the hospital. It was his last project that he was working on, the school projects and all the work that he has done for that. Yet he was also focused on getting a lot of work done through United Nations. He helped us register there, and we were just talking. We just had every Tuesday he would come on our conference call. So we are greatly missing him, and and we have the whole exhibition set up, and if you go there's a poster we have put together for Nazir Asab. So that is again one missing thing from us, from the Jalsa perspective. And many people from last year to this year have gone, so we all think of them as well.
That's right. And we're going to hear all the names of the Jamaat members later in the Jalsa who have passed away this year. So with Humanity First, how is Humanity First moving forward? What are the projects do you have lined up?
So this year, especially at this Jalsa, if you tour the exhibition area for Humanity First, our top project is Guatemala Hospital. This is the project that Zur has envisioned and approved and all that. This is perhaps after the Thai Heart, one of the larger projects, $2.7 million project.
Fantastic.
It's a beautiful hospital. Mubarak Nazir Saab was sent there by beloved Hazur to lay the foundation of that.
Foundation happened.
Right.
So we're happening. This is
the
happening.
building is coming up. Majid Khan Saab is our project lead there. Bashir Malik is our country director. So that hospital is coming, and from that perspective, we are really a lot of sacrifices on USA. Jamaat and other donors, but Jamaat is prospectively paying for the donation. So this year we are trying to showcase Guatemala Hospital,
Fantastic.
and the need of it and all that, and hoping that we will raise enough funds, because we have definitely payments coming due, and that is from charity perspective, you're always focused on that as well.
Now, Guatemala has also had some women's camps being started as
absolutely,
well. What's going on there?
Yeah, Guatemala has women empowerment camps, and there are a lot of work in Mexico and also Guatemala. Educational program, the sewing school, computer school, all of that. But that is not only in Guatemala, but if you move towards Mali, that's there, towards Liberia, and all countries. Hazur is giving us great guidance. Another thing that we're showcasing in today's exhibition is Mali. Hazur had given us the 6 school project; those are completed. The level of education from the huts, if you see here that the type of environment they had versus the school that we are providing them, and the type of education. Inshallah, we basically believe that education combats the hunger and the poverty. So this will go a long ways, And other project is, of course, Water for Life.
Water for Life. Tell us about Water for Life.
Water for Life, I think we are digging hand pumps in mostly in Africa, but Humanity First Pakistan is doing the large water wells. I think they have done over 100 of such wells. Each of that well feeds almost 1,000 to 1,500 people. You establish a town. You once the well is dug, those people are not moving around. They finally start to establish there. They develop their home. Then the education start.
How long do these wells last?
The hand pumps, I would say, they get clogged up in maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and you have to go.
Okay.
You have to go and help them out. So we put the infrastructure underneath. But by the grace of Allah, I think there is a lot of the water well in Thar Park area will last for a long time. That is going on as well.
Fantastic. Now, going back to Hazur's sermon from today,
Right.
There was a note Hazur left for all of us about Twitter. There was a tweet that went out from somebody who doesn't like Islam,
Right.
where he ascribed a quote to Hazur that Hazur, of course, has never said, and it was a very hateful and insulting quote.
Sure.
And Hazur instructed us to be able to respond to these things. Because as we know, we are responding to defend Islam and protect the honor of Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We should also be protecting the honor of our beloved Khalifa as well. And to that effort, we have a very great social media campaign happening right now as well.
Absolutely. I think we are so blessed that, mashallah, our social media team is doing a super job. I'm connected somehow. I'm following all of the work that gets done through the team. With Dr. Wasim Rahmatullah Saab and Wasim Malik Saab and all of you guys who are doing there is awesome. I think the message that the direction that Hazur gave us to reach out to millions and millions of people through all this social media. Young generation, that they are not into newspapers and other traditional form, and social media is the way to go.
It's we might need to get some entry into Pokemon Go somehow. That's the new craze right now. But if you're watching at home, and you can join us in the conversation on Twitter at #JalsaUSA. Follow us on Twitter at USA Jalsa. And Humanity First has some Twitter handles as well. I think
Right.
HFUSA.
At HFUSA, and then also definitely our website at www.usa.humanityfirst.org. That is our Humanity First website. So we want to definitely promote that. And
There's something unique out there that I don't think a lot of people know about. It's when you shop at Amazon.com.
Right.
You have the ability to log into smile.amazon.com and choose a charity to have a percentage of your sales go towards.
I'm glad you brought it out.
So I've chosen Humanity First as my smile donation.
Right.
Tell us about
I think this is what we can do. Definitely, there are gift matching from the corporations. There is this Amazon and Google and all these. We are registering Humanity First there, and so I think one should search. And I think the help we need is from our Jamaat members to become the ambassador of Humanity First. So if your corporation have a gift matching, you could introduce Humanity First, bring other people to the fold, and join. Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Rabi said, bring noble souls. Doesn't matter what their faith is, what their color is, bring those people who like to help the people in need.
Right.
So absolutely, but then how else we help? One is to go out, physically do the work. Second is to bring these people through these type of ways, introducing Humanity First through social media, as you mentioned, from Amazon perspective. So if there are other ways, we like to know.
There's something new that's been happening over the past few years with walkathons and runs. Even 5K runs that are happening.
Right. I think that's wonderful. They started out, from Khudam al-Anbiya perspective. So they do, every year Walk for Humanity. They raise funds, and they raise fund to combat hunger, right?
Yes.
And they bring other charities as well as Humanity First. Then there are individuals. Did you run last year or no?
No, I was too busy running the event.
Right. But I think there are obviously some members of our community. Qasim Rashid, I think we all know him very well. He did the the marathon.
Oh yeah, we did that together. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, that you did that. Yeah. So that is promotion. Yes. That is bringing people to introduce a charity which is volunteer based. Charity who's working in 47 countries. Charities, in America, we have the Chicago school that we bought. That is again from kindness of Amir Saab's and then Hazur's prayers and all that. That school, Chicago school, is going to be an awesome place for us to serve the local people. Chicago had shut down about 30 some odd schools in that neighborhood. Students were all crunched in school. So now we are opening up after school tuition center.
Now, a lot of American Ahmadis want to serve, they want to do their waqf arzi, where they spend a temporary amount of time to help the Jamaat in some way, shape, or form. They might want to go to Guatemala, but maybe they can't afford it. Chicago, it's domestic, it's more affordable to reach. So how can they go about volunteering and donating their time to help
Right.
out?
First of all, of course, get registered at Humanity First website. Second is, I think people definitely know my contact as well. Imam Azam Akram Saab is there. Chicago School is one good place because these guys are doing block walks. They are reaching out to neighbors. This August 2nd, we have an event that 800 local people from the local neighborhood will come and spend the evening at the school parking lot. So, there's 800 non-Ahmadis coming in from all the local Bronzeville neighborhood. When I met with the alderman there, he said, "You've been here for 100 years, but I don't know you." From the perspective of that, what have you done for the community? Not that, of course, we do the events, but what have you done for the community to serve? This is providing us to serve. This is going to, inshallah, groom the students to go to the Ivy League University and maybe produce another Obama out of there.
That's right, and President Obama's house is around the corner.
Around the corner. This is a historical place for us. From American perspective, the history that Mufti Sadiq Saab, and all of that is right there. So this is our showcase. Inshallah, in other places we're doing it. We have food pantries in Zion, in Willingboro, in Dayton, and all these places are doing work. But this will be showcased to expand our efforts to have other people join us. In Chicago School, we have CAPS, which is a local police. We have other organizations, NGOs, they are joining our hand there and make that a service center. Yeah, we're going to have interfaith programs there. We're going to have a lecture, Coffee Cake on Islam there.
Yes.
But that is the true message of Islam. That is going to be communicated. But serving the people in need, that is what we're going to do over there.
Now, what kind of school will this be? Will this be like an elementary school?
No, because we are, per law, we are not allowed to open the school there as such. We are using the school building to teach skills, to teach computer, after school tuition for the students who need help, and summertime, serve the meal to those students, because once the school shut down, they don't have meals. What do? So they can come here, they have the meal, they can study in the summer, we can have summer. It's a beautiful layout of the program. Inshallah, we are waiting for our zoning approval that is going to happen next month.
Okay.
After that, you will see a lot more, sharing of the good information that we are doing there.
Now, when I took a visit of the Chicago school and toured the area, I noticed that there were no grocery stores in the area.
Right.
So when it comes to proper nutrition, these children, these adults are not getting it.
Right.
Will the school meal program be able to help both?
Absolutely. And the good thing is that this is not the money that we are going to dish out from Jamaat's Chanda or anything else. There are local authorities who are looking for these opportunities. So when they are seeing this school can provide that opportunity, they're willing to help us. They're willing to give us the grant. Of course, if they're not going to do, we'll do it anyways, because we believe that we need to do this project. But no, we have lined up. We have this whole team that Azam Akram Sahib has prepared. All young members of the Jamaat. They have stepped up. So one is focusing on education, other is working on food pantry, another one is working on different program. But these guys are bringing in these people. So we will be serving meals. Even after school, when we do the tuition, we'll serve the meals. And throughout the summer, we will serve the lunch for those students, so they're not wandering outside and doing something good, productive there.
We have some fantastic initiatives that Naib Amir Munum Naeem Saab has told us. We talked about the new layouts and the new things here at the Jalsa Salana, here at the 68th Annual Convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community USA. And we're going to be seeing more of that throughout the weekend. We're going to hear more about Humanity First as well. And we invite you to keep tuned in and keep watching. And also join us on social media using the hashtag JalsaUSA. Thanks for watching. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.